today on our backs, and we aren't going to use a strap. We're going to actually just use our hands today to start opening up the backs of the legs. So lying on down, first draw both knees into the chest and just take a nice little rock on your sacrum, that lowest part of the spine, the low back, across the hips. And then we'll keep the right knee bent and let the left leg go long. Let's go ahead and lift the left toes, push out through the left heel, and allow that right ankle to just find some rolls clockwise and counterclockwise, and to flex and point through that foot. And then we'll take the hands behind the thigh, interlace the fingers pretty much around the hamstring, and inhale to kick the leg slowly, 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 as straight as you can get it. It's fine if it stops like kind of bent, and then exhale to fully bend. 2 more times. Inhale to extend, and exhale to bend, trying to keep that thigh close to your body, so the quad's close to your body. And then we'll keep the knee bent and hook your inner right elbow around your right shin and just bring that leg over to the right. You want to keep your left hip on the ground and your left shoulder blade on the ground, so just really make sure that you're anchored on that left side. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out to twist, keeping that right knee bent. Bring it over to the left. Left hand can push down on right leg. Right arm can reach to the right. Take a deep, full inhale. Full exhale. One more time, big inhale. This time the exhale will take you onto your back, and we'll just go ahead and switch sides. So right leg goes long, left knee into the chest. Again, we'll flex the right foot. We'll roll that left ankle around. And just making sure you get your clockwise and your counterclockwise action. And then the hands interlace behind the thigh. Inhale to straighten the leg. Again, doesn't have to get stick straight at all. And then exhale, finding that bend. 2 more times. So just really working through those opposite movements in that knee joint. 1 more time. And hold the bend in the knee. Crook of the inner left elbow comes around the shin. Pull the left leg to the left. We're anchoring right hip, right shoulder blade. Just really finding that compression in the left side, knee and hip. And then keeping the bend, rotate that leg all the way over to the right for your twist. Left arm out to the side. And as I've been saying, since we've been working out at home, if you hit a wall in any of your twists or really in anything you're doing where you're stretching, feel free to use it. So don't be shy about leveraging the wall as a tool. All right, come onto your back. Bring both feet to the mat, both arms to the side. We'll take some rolling bridges that will include the arms lifting. So inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms, keep the thighs parallel. And then exhale, bring your arms and your hips all the way down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it down. Really trying to find that stretch, particularly you've been sitting a lot today, to open the front of the hips and the thighs. Exhale to come down. And then bring the knees into the chest, lift your head and shoulders, and start to rock forward and back. You can do this as many times as you want until we come all the way up, and we'll make our way to down dog. So go ahead and find that inverted V shape. Hey, Rosa. Hey, Allison. Hey, Stephanie. Glad you guys joined us. Let's come into down dog, pedaling out those knees, shaking out that head, bending the elbows. As always, you can make this first down dog anything you need it to be. It might, again, include using the wall. It might include some stretches of the legs. Take 2 more breaths here. This is a really good shape to just notice kind of how your body is sitting end of Monday, this week, I believe it is, that we've been living life in this way. And then find some stillness in down dog and start to walk your hands to your feet. We're still warming up that body. Bring the hands to the shins, lift the chest parallel to the ground. Find your half lift and think about contracting the belly up, pulling the shoulders away from the ears, and take a peek down at your mat a few inches in front of where kind of your eyeballs would be if you look straight down. And then exhale, bend the knees and fold. 2 more times, a little faster. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Nice way to warm up the hamstrings. Inhale, half lift. And the spine. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Slowly roll everything up. And think about the last things to come to stack are the shoulders the neck and the head. And when you get up, roll your shoulders back a few times. And then roll your shoulders forward a few times. You can just kind of let your arms and hands hang. And then we'll take that right hand to the left ear and just gently pull the head over to that right side. This left arm, the more you reach it to the floor, the more you'll feel a stretch in the deltoids and the tops of the shoulders and the side of the neck. So feel free to energize that arm that's down as much as you need. And then take it to the other side. Stretching out the side of the neck for those of you like me who really love to get massages and body work. Maybe haven't been able to do that so much lately. So giving yourself some of those nice stretches and openings. All right, from here, release your head. We'll reach the arms all the way up. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms up. Take a side bend of the whole body to the right. Keep grounding through that left foot. Inhale, reach out through the arms and the waist. And then exhale, can you go a little bit farther down? One more time. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, go down. Come on back up. Same thing, other side. That standing half moon, we call this in yoga, but standing side bend works just as well. One full breath in. One full breath out. Bring yourself back up. Shake yourself out. So today we'll incorporate our Sun Salutation A as part of our warm-up, which is kind of traditionally what it is in a full yoga class. We'll do 3 rounds of Sun A. First one will go really slow. I'll have you hold all of the poses, probably 2 to 3 breaths. And then the second 2, it'll be breath to movement. So hopefully by the end of the 3, you'll feel a little warmer than when you came to the computer or a phone or tablet to watch. So let's come to the top of the mat. Parallel feet. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, and you could pray your hands or widen them out. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, this is the first place we'll pause, step back to plank. And if you've done other classes today, this probably isn't your first plank, but imagine that it is. And for those of you that this is your first class today, your first movement, it is your first plank. So find that sense of energy in the arms, the shoulders, the belly, the thighs, the glutes, the calves. Take one more breath in here. One more breath out. Inhale, shift the body weight forward. So come onto the tips of the toes. Exhale, bend the elbows right by the waist. Inner elbows are forward. If this is too much, you drop your knees, but you don't drop your chest. Chest and elbows are in one line. Take a breath in. Breath out, lower all the way to the belly. We'll take 3 rounds of back bends this time. Hands by the ribs, tops of the feet down. Inhale, lift the heart. Low cobra, the elbows are bent. It's meant to be small. Exhale, lower down. Second time, a little bit bigger. We'll go for high cobra. Maybe you can straighten your arms. I have trouble with that, so my elbows are a little bent, but I'm in a bigger back bend. Exhale, lower down. Third time, we'll push into the hands and the tops of the feet to actually lift the thighs, the knees, and the shins off the ground, up dog. And then from here, you can drop your knees and push back to down dog, or you can just roll over those feet using your core and then finding down dog. Take a breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. Bring the legs together, lift the heels high, look forward, bend the knees. So think belly to thighs, and then you could step, many steps, or hop forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Stand tall, reach out or reach up. Hands come to prayer at the chest. Round 2, a little faster. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge, fold. Inhale, half lift. Find your plank and go through your flow with your breath. It's an inhale forward, an exhale down, an inhale to open your heart, and an exhale to lift your hips. Inhale, prepare to come forward. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Push through the feet, stand tall, reach up, look up. Hands to prayer. One more time, I'll be quiet, we'll meet in down dog. When you get to down dog, just like the first time we were here, you can do any movement you want. You could find that stillness. Take 2 more breaths here. Think high hips, strong arms. Those outer arms are rolling in and down to protect the shoulders. The belly is protecting the low back, pulling in and up. And then the lower arm down to the knees. And take a moment to come off the wrist, roll the wrist out, grab some water if you need to. So that was our warm-up today. Again, just getting you a little bit of that Surya Namaskara A, that Sun Salutation A here. And we'll start out with our HIIT work with some bar work. This is where you'll want that loop band. And again, if you don't have a loop band, don't fret. You can do the same movements without it. We're actually coming to a stand. So if you're still seated, go ahead and stand on up. We're going to wrap that loop band, that knee loop band around the shins and step the feet wider than the hips. Toes are forward though. We're going to take 30 seconds with a pattern that brings us down 3, 2, 1. We press up onto the balls of the feet, lift the heels on 1. Down for 3, up for 1. Some of you may want to take a hop, but you need to be careful when you land that it's a slow descent. So I am not going to demo the jump. If you want to jump, just be really mindful that it's still a slow descent and you're still rolling through your feet. Okay? 30 seconds on the clock. Standing tall, feet forward, feet wider than the hips. Here we go. Down 3, 2, 1, up 1, down 3, 2, 1, up 1. Keep that pattern kind of metronome in your head. When you spring your heels off the ground, you really want to think strong glutes, strong quads. Those legs, in addition to the calves, need to be energized and tight. And I'm doing my arms a certain way. You do not have to mimic me. You can do whatever feels good for your body. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meet me in that squat, and we'll just take it to a little vertical pulse. We'll keep this pulsing happen, and we'll step the right foot in and the left foot in. Step the right foot out and the left foot out. Keep going. Right foot in, left foot in. Hopefully you're feeling those. Right foot out, left foot out. And we keep going. And you're taking maybe an inch, maybe 3 to 4 inches between the wide and the narrow. But you want to feel this in the outer line of the legs and the hips into that booty. So if you don't feel it, take a wider step. Make sure you're still in this little pulsing squat. It's almost like a chair pose squat. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, stand it up. Shake those legs out for a moment. We're going to keep the band on and grab the weights. Light weights, equivalent of 5 pounds, 3 pounds, or 2 pounds. Toes are forward. This time we'll stand just directly over the hips. We'll come down into a squat. Palms are forward, arms are straight. We'll curl up. 3, 2, 1. Down on 1. Curl up. 3, 2, 1. Down on 1. We're not going to lift the heels for this, but I do want you to think when you come to the top, squeeze the glutes. Really pull the belly in. Pull the glutes in so you feel nice and tight. 30 seconds. We start in 5. Sit nice and low. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Up. 3, 2, 1. Down. 1. These are your standard bicep curls. Remember, you want to keep those upper arms close to the body. You want to keep those wrists from rocking and rolling. The bend is at the elbows, not at the wrist. If you see me move my wrist, I'm just checking our time. You've got 10 more seconds. Up slow, down fast. Breath is flowing. The next time you come up, hold it here. Little pulses in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, from here, keeping those weights, keeping this band. We'll turn to face one side. I'm putting my right leg forward, but you could put your left leg forward in a little bit of a split stance. We're going to pop that back heel off the ground. As we reach the arms out, we'll come into a lunge and then straighten it up. And if, like me, your band is kind of slipping and sliding, adjust it before you get started. Do your best with this band. You may need to take less of a step back. And we have 10 here. Down 1, up 1. Pop that back heel. Here we go. Bend and reach, straighten and lift for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 more. Finding that lateral raise of the arms. 2 more. Last one, hold it down. Little pulses with the hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the hips where they are. Palms turned up and down for 9, 8. It's the arms, not just the wrist. You're rotating your arms in the shoulder socket for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, stand it up. Before we go to the other side, come to the top of the mat. Weights are just held at the chest. We're going to come into that same squat we've been doing. Feet under the hips, sit the booty back. We're going to step right, left, left. When you get all the way to the back of the mat, we'll stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we'll take it forward, same deal. Back, we always hold at the back, okay? Doing this 4 times through, belly to spine, lots of squats today. Weight to the chest, here we go. Walk it back. You can look over your shoulder, make sure you don't run into the thing. Stay here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crawl it forward. Right, left, right, left. When you hit the top, go back. We don't hold at the top, just at the back of the mat. Find the back, stay, sit, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it forward. When you get to the top, walk it back. Getting those steps in inadvertently. Stay in your squat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round. Walk it forward. Walk it back. Ooh, feeling the booty, feeling the legs. Stay in your squat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Okay. Let's turn to face the other side of the mat. Finding that little split stance lunge. Back heel pops up. Same deal as before. As we bend the knees, we lift the arms laterally, and then we come up to a full lunge. 4 may feel a little weird. You want to protect the knees so that the band isn't coming up on the kneecaps. It's below the kneecaps for this, okay? Let's go ahead and set it up. 10 reps, chest proud. Here we go. Lunge and lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down, little pulses, just 5, 4, 3, nice, 2, 1. This time, little pumps of the arms up, up. You should feel the tops of the arms, those deltoids, up and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good news. You get to ditch the weights for now and the TheraBand, the mini loop band. Take a moment to stretch. Figure 4 is always great. Holding onto a wall or the floor is always nice. Make sure you get both sides. Make sure you also get some mobility. Leg in the hip socket. Also hydrating. Super key. Okay, team. Let's get back into it. A little bit of yoga here. We're going to drop down to the mat. This is where the 2 blocks, we're going to take that levitation that we often do in this class with the 2 blocks. Again, if you don't have 2 blocks at home, grab 2 large books that are about the same height, okay? And if you don't have any large books, something that's square and sturdy, and you have 2 of those things that are the same height, okay? We're going to take our Lolasana lifts, those levitation lifts. We're going to do them a couple of different ways. Remember, this is about the shoulders and the core. The legs are going to do different fancy things, but it's really about the core and the shoulders. We'll start sitting on the feet. 1 block around the outer right thigh, 1 block around the outer left thigh. If you have blocks that are on the lowest height, if you have another object, you want it on the max surface area side so that your hands can be flat. Fingers are turned forward, elbows are turned back. So this is where that yoga chaturanga, that inner elbow forward, bending the elbow back by the ribs comes into play. We'll push our hands into the blocks like someone's poking you in the belly button. You'll round the back and lift your knees as high as you can and then come back down. Don't worry about lifting the feet just yet. Go ahead and set yourself up. Your blocks might be a little bit in front of your hips. The more forward your hands are of your hips, the easier this is, okay? Set it up. Here we go. And you do not have to lift and lower at my pace. Just finding that kind of cadence of breath. The exhale is the lifting. The inhale is the lowering. You aren't plopping those knees down or those shins. The movement is controlled, again, by those shoulders and the core. Yeah. Building up that heat in the center of the body. Good news, you have 5, 4. You'll stay up in 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Lift one foot. Take it down. Lift the other. Take it down. Try to lift both for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let it go. I'm out of practice on that. I don't know about you guys. Okay. Next, sort of sitting on the feet, crossing the shins. This time, just 20 seconds. And you could have your right foot on top or your left foot on top. You would have your foot snuggled in the crook of your opposite knee or in some other place that feels like a comfortable enough cross-legged place. Blocks are outside of the hips. Same deal, lifting the butt up, taking it down. Just 20 seconds. Here we go. Think poking of that belly. This is kind of one of those few times in at least vinyasa yoga, power yoga, that you would round your back instead of keeping it straight. You've got 5, 4, stay up in 3, 2, 1, hold it up. Whichever shin is in front, lift that foot. Take it down. Whichever shin is in back, lift that foot. Take it down. Now try to cross your feet and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, just quickly cross the other way. Hook those feet as best you can. Push down to lift up. Try to stay 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let it go. Last round, straight legs. This is the hardest one. We're just doing 15 seconds, same deal. For this, you want to think about pulling your hips up and back so that your hips come behind the blocks, okay? You get a little bit of momentum to help you with this one. We start now, 15 seconds. And if you're on a hardwood floor, you're wearing socks, or you're on kind of slidey carpet, this can be really nice to feel that sense of sliding through. Next time you come up, say, lift your right leg, lift your left leg. Try to lift both for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let it go. Roll those wrists out. Woo. Shake it out. Take those blocks up to the top of the mat. We're done with them for now. We're going to come into some core work. So let's go ahead and lay down on the back. Knees bent in a reverse tabletop position. We'll take the arms out to the side, or if you feel more comfortable by your hips, whatever feels more stable for you. We're going to lower the knees over to the right. Keep the thighs close, and then open the knees out like a clamshell. Bring them back in. Come to center. Come to the left. Open the knees out like a clamshell, into center, and back, okay? We have a full minute of this. Those of you that are missing your mini loop band and you're like, oh, I would love to do this with a mini loop band, put it on. Try to move with the mini loop band around the thighs or around the shins, okay? 1 minute starts in 3, 2, 1. You're going, as always, at your own cadence. For this, you're not letting your legs come to the ground ever. When you twist, you're stopping a certain distance above the ground. It might be a foot, it might be 6 inches, it might be lower, like 2 inches. Make sure you get that clamshell in there. Insides of the feet, stay connected. Knees are what? Widen apart. You're working those deep abdominal muscles, those obliques, and those outer and inner thighs. You have about 20 more seconds here, and then we're going to hold it to one side and burn that side out a little bit more. Inhaling, exhaling. Whatever side you're on now, stop. Take your clamshells, legs out, legs in. You want both shoulder blades on the ground. So if that's a challenge for you, Bring those legs a little bit higher away from the floor. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let those legs fall all the way to the side, coming into some side crunches. You can do this a couple of ways. Top hand, whatever side you're on, the top hand comes behind the head. You exhale to lift yourself up. You could do what I'm doing right now, lifting the armpit and a little bit of the ribs up, and then come down. Some of you may want to come up onto the forearm and also lift the legs. So I'm coming up basically from right above the hip and then down, okay? So you choose whether you're coming up from ribs or from hips. We have 10 of these, belly to spine. Here we go for 10. If you're trying to lift from the hips, you'll want to bend that bottom elbow a little bit so that you can actually lift that upper arm off the ground without too much fuss. Exhale up, inhale down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, come on back down. Now we're going to chill out for a moment, doing some leg movement. If you have that TheraBand on, keep it on. If you don't have it on and you don't want it on, it's fine. You can do all these moves without it. At the thigh or at the shins, feet are flexed. We're going to take that top leg. You're still on your same side that you started on. Top leg up, forward, center, back to start. So lift it up, take it forward, take it back, center, and down. Here we go. Up, forward, back, and down. The key to this one is not to let your hips wiggle. So that's actually why I have my top hand on my top hip, to really keep myself grounded. Requires kind of a sneaky amount of belly strength, not to wiggle the hips and topple forward or back. Another little trick, sometimes bending that bottom knee can help you feel more stable here. You have just one more, kind of full round, getting a variety of ranges of motion here. And then we'll lift up into a side plank. You could be on that forearm or on that hand. If you're on the forearm, you may want to roll that mat on up. Option to grab one of your weights or not. We're going to lift up into a forearm side plank or a straight arm side plank. Top hand will come by the thigh. As we arc the hips up, we'll arc the arm overhead. As we lower the hips down, we'll lower the arm. Okay? We have 30 seconds here. You find your pace. If you need to modify, bottom knee is bent, top leg is straight, and you're doing the same move. Here we go. 30 seconds. Exhale up, inhale down. Creating that rainbow arch. And if you're choosing to use a weight, make sure that your shoulder is okay with it and you're taking a range of motion that feels controllable in the arm, in the shoulder, in the core. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, come on down. Take it to the other side. We'll start with the side plank and we'll go in kind of reverse order of movement, ending up eventually in that little clamshell side plank thing. So opposite arm down, forearm or hand. Same move we just did. We're repeating it on the other side. So again, reverse order of move. Lifting the hips up. We arc up and we come down. 30 seconds on the clock. Arch it, take it down. Really use that exhale breath to push the body up. Shouldn't feel easy. If it feels easy, are you using enough weight? Are you coming high enough with the hips? And if you have the ability to stack your feet and you're not doing that, that could also be where you're not challenging yourself enough. Keep on going. Last 3, 2, 1. Okay, lay it on down. Oops, sorry, ditch that weight. And we'll come into that side crunch. Remember, it could be just from the ribs, or it could be lifting the legs and coming up from the hip. You have 10. Here we go. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, take it down. The more you activate your feet, whether that's a point or a flex, the more you'll feel that the whole body is involved in this movement and you feel strong to lift. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, coming all the way down. Now you can kind of chill out and relax. Feet are extended forward, ideally flexed. Remember that top leg goes up, down a little bit, forward, center, squeeze the booty back, center, repeat, okay? If you have that band, tension on the band, here we go. Belly to spine, we go up, a little down, forward, center, push back, squeeze the booty, center, repeat, up, down, forward, center, squeeze booty back. Keep on going. So getting this pattern, again, it's all about keeping the hips stacked. You're moving one leg, nothing else in the body. So core has to be really turned on here. You have 2 more big, broad strokes of movement. Last one. All right, team, we're coming onto our backs. We're coming into that clamshell shape and that sort of hover off the ground. Opposite shoulder from the direction of our knees stays grounded. We open the knees, we close them for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, really feeling those legs, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, go ahead and take that band off. Once again, you may want to stretch through the glutes, through the hips, through the thighs. Figure 4 is lovely for that. Good time to get a sip of water. And all of that was sneaky core work, but now we're going to really kind of focus on some core movements. Once again, we'll start laying on our backs. Eventually, we'll sit up, though. So make sure that you have your free weights kind of off to the side, ready to go. This band, we're actually done with it for class. You can move it out of your way completely. We'll come to lay down. This time, arms by the side or hands under the butt. Legs will lift up. We'll point through the feet. We'll take scissor kicks down. We'll stop halfway and flutter for 30 seconds. You want to think belly to spine, spine to the mat. You're really pushing down. This is where the hands under the butt can help you, give you that a little extra boost to push your back down. Those of you that feel like that's not hard enough, you're lifting your head and shoulders and maybe your arms, okay? Lift your legs up, point through those toes, get your hands set, 30 seconds, starts now. Lowering, and then just flutter kick. We're not turned out for this. We're parallel in the legs. We're going right over left, left over right. Belly tight. Back down. Maybe you're finding a little exhale breaths to get you through. You're in your home. No one can hear you, so feel free. We have 10, 9. Don't let the legs drop. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Bring the legs up. Flex the feet. Reach the fingers towards the toes or hands behind the head. Little crunches, 30 seconds. Here we go. Again, that zippy exhale breath might serve you really well. It might be too much. Check in with your neck. Support that neck if needed. Keep those heels reaching up. Keep that belly pressing down halfway there. We've got a couple more core moves here. And at the end of this, I really want you to feel like that core is nice and strong because we're getting into balances after that. All right, stay where you are. Lower your right leg. Hold for 5, 4, 3, lift higher, 2, 1, reach the right leg up. Lower the right leg again. Hands make a fist. Come outside of the left leg for a twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Left leg, no twist. Stay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Make a fist. Twist right. Lower left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. All right. Grab one of your blocks or your book if you were using a book. We've done this maybe 3 to 5 times in class before. I feel like it always is a crowd pleaser in that it makes you feel your core and your obliques a lot. We're going to take the block first to the left thigh, and the left elbow. You're going to lift this left shin parallel to the ground. So it's kind of an awkward place. What do I do with this left hand? It could tap your forehead or it could just kind of stay in space. You want to be putting enough pressure in with the elbow and in with the thigh that even if we were just to hold this for 30 seconds, you would feel something on the left side of your core. We're going to do more though. Right leg is either straight on the ground. This is kind of a modified version of level 1. Level 2 is leg lifted up. Right hand is behind the head. We're going to twist to that left block and come all the way down with the head and shoulders. Again, level 2 leg up, level 1 leg down. That was a lot of talking. Let's get into the move. 30 seconds, start now. You're finding that full twist. Once again, it's belly down, back down. Right leg is straight, whether it's on the ground or off the ground. Left knee is really bent. We're pushing the left thigh and the left elbow into that block. Halfway there, team. If you took the mod, maybe see for the last 10 seconds, can you keep that leg up? Back down, belly down. Shouldn't be easy. And stop. Okay. Right away, we set up other side. Right elbow, right thigh, right shin stays lifted. You can choose whether the right hand touches your face or comes off. Left leg is straight on the ground or off. Left hand behind the head. 30 seconds. Start it now. Find that lift. Find that twist. You're up and twisted and then you're down and flat. Keep that pressure in towards the block. Again, right elbow, right upper arm as well as right thigh. Time check. Over halfway there. Great move. Keep it up, team. Keep it up. And stop. Okay. Last little bit of core. Set yourself up. Get your block. Grab your weights. Weights will start out at the chest. We have a straight spine. Feet are flat. We're going to lean back a few inches. Reach your arms forward from your chest, back to your chest, out to your sides, back to your chest. Lift straight up. So it's like your back is an ironing board. Obviously, you have natural curves in your spine, but otherwise you're not rounding into a C curve. You're leaning back. You're leaning forward. Core stays tight. And we're doing these pushes out and in with the arms, engaging the back and the chest, okay? We have 8 rounds of that. Weights into the chest. Sit up tall. Ground your feet. Here we go. Lean back. Push forward. Chest. Out to the side. Chest. Exhale. Sit up. Inhale. Lean back. Exhale. Punch forward. Center. Out. Center. Lift up. 6 more. Lean back. Maybe every time you lean back, you go a little bit closer to the ground without touching the ground. Collarbone stays broad. Back stays really long. 3 more. You got this. And we're going to add a little extra bonus and then finish standing. Last one, you can do it. Okay, come back with me. Reach the arms to the side. Turn the palms down. Lift the legs up. Tap the right foot down, left foot down. We've got 10, 9, 8. If the weights are too much, don't use them, but keep the arms out to the sides. 6, 5, 4. Hopefully you're sweating. I'm sweating. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, drop those weights. For stretches, you may want to come into a reverse tabletop. It opens the belly, the thighs, the hip flexors. You may want to come into a modified camel pose. Taps the feet down, right hand to right heel, left arm over. Again, stretches the belly, the hip flexors, the thighs. Whatever you're doing, taking time as well to hydrate. And let's go ahead and stand on up. In terms of equipment and setup for the next little bit, we'll have the blocks in case we want them, but I'll challenge you not to use them today. And if you're using books, books are harder to stand up, so you could always grab a water bottle instead of a book. Blocks at the top of your mat, tallest height. We're going to start out with a little bit of balance. We do this a lot, but I'm going to add on something different today, adding on a little bit of strength today. I'm going to demo with my left leg, but you can start with whichever leg you want. We'll begin one-legged mountain. The leg that's lifting is bent. The leg that's standing is straight. We'll take our figure 4, that same leg that's up. Take it into a 4, snip the hips back. Challenge yourself. The objects are there to touch, but challenge yourself. Do you need them? Maybe not. Lift back up into one-legged mountain, and then hands to prayer. Keep the hips square. Push the leg back. Warrior 3, and then restart. Make sure you have your mat clear and you're at the top of the mat. This way you know you're not going to hit anything behind you. We're going to do this 6 times. Really slow. If you fall, if you wobble, get back in. Don't worry about it. Don't spend too much time kind of feeling bad about falling. Get right back into the zone. One-legged mountain, pick whichever leg you want to start with. Lift it up. Figure 4, hands in prayer. Sit back. One-legged mountain, lift up. Hands to prayer. Push the leg back. Warrior 3. Belly to spine, lift it up. That's 1 round. Figure 4. Push it up one-legged. Hands to prayer, push it back, warrior 3. That's 2, one-legged. Figure 4, sit it back. Push it up, hands to prayer, warrior 3. Lift it up, that's 3, halfway, figure 4. Lift it up, push it back. One-legged, 2 more, team. And then it really starts to become kind of this repetitive breath combined movement, like a moving meditation. Stay in your warrior 3. We add on, point the foot, flex the foot. If you need to bend the bottom knee, go for it. If you need to take your hands to your hips to feel whether your hips are square, go for it. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I lost it, but hopefully you didn't. Before the other side, little bit of bar, toes turn out, heels turn in. Also yoga, because this is our goddess squat in yoga, our play squat in bar. We're going to make it feel more like bar. Arms are going to come out to 90 degrees, no weight. We're going to lift the elbows up an inch, lift the heels, and then tap it down. We have 10, 9. We're going to do this again with weights. 8, 7, 6. Shoulders down the back. 5, 4, 3, stay low in the hips. 2, hold it up. 1, elbows come in, knees stay out for 10, 9, 8, really pulling the arms together. 7, 6, can you sit lower? 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it in, pulse the arms up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the heels, shake those legs out. We're going to take the same yoga balance sequence, 6 reps on the other leg. So whatever leg you started with, I use my left leg now. I use my right leg as the mobile leg. Toes are forward. Standing tall on the leg that's staying grounded, lifting your other leg up. Here we go, one-legged mountain. Hands to prayer, figure 4, sit back. One-legged mountain, push down, lift up. Hands to prayer, warrior 3. Come back through. Hands to prayer, figure 4. Lift it up. Take this slower if you need to. Bend that bottom knee as well if you need to. Connecting with your breath. And like I just did, if you come out of it, maybe this is the side that gives you a little more trouble. Don't worry about it. Keep trying. Notice where you're having trouble and maybe how you can adjust. 2 more, team. All that core work prepared us for this balance challenge. All that glute work did as well. All right, let it go. Shake it out. Okay, plie squat work. Same moves with your weight. course, if you get into this and you're like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. I don't have light enough weights. Feel free to ditch them, but do your best to try. I'm going to do my best to try as well. Toes turn out, knees turn out, find 90 degrees in your elbows. Lift your heels, lift your arms. Here we go for 10. Stay low in your feet, 9, 8, belly to spine, 7. Small range of motion, a lot of this bar work is. Last 3, 2, 1. Hold the heels up, bring the elbows in, open them out. Again, watch that this isn't a wrist rotation. Your wrists aren't moving at all. You're moving your arms in the shoulder socket. Elbows stay high, armpit height. Can you sit lower though in your hips? Last 4, 3, 2, hold it in, little pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Take it down, stretch those arms out, hydrate as you need. We've got about 10 more minutes of work. Hopefully everyone is feeling good. Feel free to chat in if there's something you want us to do in the next 10 minutes. I'll take that request. Okay. More, excuse me, more balance. We're going to start with the warrior 3 on your second side because I realized that we didn't do our flex and point on that second side. So again, I started all of that one-legged figure 4, warrior 3, myself, moved my left leg. My second side, my right leg didn't get that hold. So go to your second side, find your warrior 3 prayer hand. Keep that leg lifted and point and flex that foot for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake it out. That's actually perfect because that gets us in to our next bit of movement really nicely. Come back to the first leg that you used. Again, for me, it's my left leg. 2 choices here. You can hinge at the hips slightly, keeping the core engaged, having a diagonal line in the body, and lift your left leg. Or you could come lower down, take your fingertips to your blocks, and lift your left leg. For me personally, that's a little too much pain in my low back, so I'm going to take the diagonal version, but feel free to use your blocks if you want. Toes are forward. We're going to start in that warrior 3 shape, and then take it into some of our bar work. We'll find a hamstring curl and push it out. We have 9 more. You can always bend your standing leg. Your lifted leg knee is facing the ground. Remember, this is parallel leg action. We're trying to work that hamstring and doing that by bending at the knee. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Hold it in. Little pulses of that foot up, up. Make sure that your core is still turned on, like you're wearing a corset, your ribs are knitted in. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, come up. Same leg is going to work, but now you're facing the long side of your mat. Bend into your standing leg ever so slightly. Come to the big toe side of the leg that's been lifted off the ground for the past few reps. Point that foot. We're going to lift that leg up, bend the knee, straighten the leg, tap it down. We're leaning slightly over to the standing leg side, but core is really engaged. Hands at the hips can be nice. Here we go for 10. Ooh, I lost it right away. 9, 8. You're probably feeling your standing leg, maybe even more than your working leg. Stabilizing muscles in that standing leg. You're getting a nice workout right now. Keep it up. 3 more, team. 2 more. 1 more. And then coming up. Give it a nice little shake out. We're back to plie squats, back to that goddess squat. Toes out, heels in. You decide where your arms are. This is about the legs and hips now, and glutes, not about the arms. So literally whatever you want to do. I'm going to rest mine lightly on my thighs. We're going to lift the hips 1 inch up, 1 inch down, 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Then we'll start to just pulse up. I want you to think about lifting up from your pelvic floor, keeping your feet flat. Then we're going to do the reverse and push down. And then we're going to come back 1 inch up, 1 inch down, 1 inch up, 1 inch down. We'll finish off rotating, lunging to one side of the mat. Whatever direction you're going, the other leg is the one that heel lifts, knee turns, come back to center, and then opposite side. And we'll do that for 30 minutes. So knowing that you're going to be in that play squat for a while, shake out the hips, get all your wiggles out, settle in, arms however you want them to be. And here we go, 1 inch up, 1 inch down, 15 seconds here. Again, even though this isn't a core exercise, core is pretty much always on in both yoga and bar, unless we're doing a really nice deep stretch. Okay, now that sense of pulsing upwards. Really think about lifting, almost like you're doing Kegel exercises here. Glutes are also tight. We're going to start finding this pulse downwards now. Now the emphasis going down. So you might even feel like you can widen your feet and your hips open a little more. We come back to 1 inch up, 1 inch down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 inch up, 1 inch down. After this is the 30 seconds of plie squat rotating to lunge, alternating sides. You find your own speed here. We start now. And you could choose to punch your arms across. You could choose, again, to not really do much with your hands. Again, it's all about making sure your knee, ankle, and hip are rotating at the same time. 15 more seconds. Stay low in your squat, though. You want to feel by the end of this that your quads have done some work, that your glutes have done some work. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick a lunge side. We're going to take this lunge, pull the elbows and the back knee in, and then tap it back. We just have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the knee up. That leg that's up. Straighten it out. 10 leg lifts. Flexor pointed for 10. Core tight. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Give it a good shake out. And let's start with that flat back or diagonal back on the other leg. And I'm just going to turn to the other side of my mat so it's easier for you to see what's happening. I, again, use my left leg to do those hamstring curls and those lifts. Now I'm using my right leg. You just want to make sure you're doing the opposite leg. Remember, this is where you can go all the way to flat back or that diagonal. Toes are forward, hips are square. Lift that leg up. Flex the foot, and here we go. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Really, again, come to that core as the key here. The key to no back pain, to balance, to stability. 3 more here. Hold the bend, little pulses up. Think about lifting your thigh and your shin and foot up towards the ceiling. Again, that booty, we want it to burn. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn to face the long side of your mat, bending a little bit into the standing leg. Big toe side of the working leg. It lifts up, pointed foot, bend the knee, straighten the leg, tap down. And if, like me, you have furniture near you and you feel like you're going to fall, help yourself, okay? Here we go. Up, bend, straighten, down. Up, bend, straighten, down. Using that breath. Working with your balance. For me, this is my challenging side, and I feel that it's my challenging side. But I'm not going to let myself give up. I'm going to keep trying. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Okay, shake it on out. We'll finish up with a little bit a little bit of yoga here. We worked a lot with the core. We worked a lot with balance. And now we're going to play a little bit with balancing on the arms. So a little bit of crow last minute or so of class. If you have your blocks or your books, try to put your feet on those blocks. Unless you're like really familiar with crow, you're like, I'm good, I don't need these blocks. Lowest height on the blocks, you're gonna step on the blocks or the books. So make sure they're hardback books so they can bear your weight. You're gonna take your hands in front of you and flat. You want your fingers really wide. Your middle fingers will point forward and all 10 fingers will be down. So will the heels of your hands. From here, the inner knees squeeze to the outer upper arms. And you want to think about rounding the back. That same feeling we had in Lalasana of the belly, someone poking you in the belly button, that happens here. We spread the scapula, we push into the ground, we find chaturanga. Before you think about lifting your feet off these blocks, you want to look forward. So once I get through talking to you, you don't want to look at me anymore. You want to look forward and down, tipping that weight forward. And you're trying baby steps here. Right foot off the block, tap it down. Left foot off the block, tap it down. If you feel like this is your edge today, you're just going to keep going, one and then the other. If you feel like there's more to be had, tip the weight a little more forward. Point your right foot up, point your left foot up, and see what happens. The good news is you can always take your weight back onto the blocks. And just take a couple more tries with that. Breath in, breath out. All right, team. Start to come out of it. Move your blocks out of the way and come into a child's pose. You could have your elbows on the blocks or your elbows on the mat. Bring your hands to prayer. Drop your head to the mat and let the thumbs come to the nape of the neck. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Slowly straighten your arms. Lift yourself up. You can move your blocks out of the way. And we'll finish in a seat today, however you want to sit. We'll inhale the arms up and exhale the arms down like we often do. We'll do that 2 times. Here we go. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, press it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, press it down. Happy